Good evening and welcome everyone here to ALR Monday Tier 5. It is round 4. We are on halftime after this race. And we're looking forward, I think, to a pretty interesting track. Personally, not my favorite Sardegna layout. But we have a lot of straight lines. We have fast corners. Unfortunately, it's the fourth really tire aggressive track in a row. So guys like Aurak in the Viper and the other guys in the NSX, I think they are looking pretty much forward for next week when we have with Monza the first track that is a bit easier on tires. We have Perry on pole, Lamborghini, pretty fast car. Perry with good results in the past. Will be interesting how long the tires will last in the sprint race. You can check. I think everyone is on softs. Yeah, so we have Perry on pole, Luz Telemon, who is making huge steps in this tier. Started in tier 7, completely dominated the first round, and then was promoted into tier 5. In the Genesis, should be a quick car around here. I think it's a quick car all around the calendar. And as it's front-wheel drive, even if it's not the best on tires, but it's still handleable. Then the championship leader Omoda on P4, followed by his teammate in the Porsche Stefan. And championship competitor number 1, the only guy who's nearly in range of Omoda, is Hurricane in the Audi. Missing his teammate tonight. K10 is not there. Again, only 12 cars, that's really unfortunate. We have Jamie in the NSX, who had pretty solid performances, good pace, but always struggling a bit with the poor tire wear of the NSX. We have Regnix in the second Lamborghini. Last week they were both quite in the front till turn 1. We have Goblin Guy, who's returning in the second Genesis on P8. A new face, Estrada, here in the Ford GT. Then we have Polti, P3 or 4 in the championship. Pretty interesting that he's only qualified P10. But usually he is pretty consistent on speed, keeping himself out of most of the trouble. He's not the quickest, but he's super consistent, and especially in the feature race he's benefiting from his and the car's great tire wear. So usually he's performing better in the feature than in the sprint. We have Aurak, who missed the race and lost his teammate, so the only Viper on P11, and our host Kane on P12. Bit of the same like Polti. His pace is pretty solid. Consistency is always good. He had some moments where he wasn't at fault, but yeah, we're gonna see. We are ready to race. Lights are on. The guys are here. Again, I had no spoilers, so let's go. Solid start from Perry here in the Lamborghini. Jamie immediately catched Stefan in the Porsche, also Hurricane. Turn 1, pretty wide corner. Oh, and oh, and that's something where I can pause. I wanted to say turn 1 usually not that difficult on this track. Let's see whose perspective we are going. We know that Omoda was in the gravel. This looks pretty much like a Hurricane moment. I think if we go on, we is this? I think a chain reaction. Let's go with Hurricanes on board. Pretty tough one, to be honest. Well, this is difficult to say. I mean, Hurricane has the better speed. There is room on the inside. It looks a bit like Omura is trying to cover from this attack, pushing Hurricane a bit off track. He's clipping the grass. And then he just loses control, what causes this chain reaction. Let's see what happened with Goblin Guy. This is just a pile-up where he was the victim of. Let's have an eye on the inputs. Oh, guys. Guys. So Hurricane is deciding pretty early to go for the inside here. There is enough room for him. So far there's no input. And even if it's a little input, but this is, I think, on Omura's side because he's trying to cover the inside. His steering wheel is turning into the left. And there is Hurricane. So from my perspective, this is a racing incident on Omura's side. A lot of guys are really unlucky here. Omura himself and Jamie, and this gravel pit is really deep and it takes so long to get out of it. So Jamie, losing his brilliant starting position, is now at the absolute back of the grid, while Luz Telemon already overtook Perry, and Hurricane missing the corner in the gravel, losing a lot of position, dropping back to P7. Estrada with a brilliant move here, but well, guys, we're still in the first lap and we're already 6 minutes of the commentary. Okay, let's have a look what happened to Hurricane here. He just fully missed the exit of the corner. With Estrada. Pretty big lunge on the inside. pushing Kane off. I'm pretty sure he couldn't have completed this move anyway. There we see a lot of people are in trouble with the track. Omoda now takes P9 from Kane, who completely missed the apex. P11 for Jamie. Estrada dropped back to P12. Luis Telemon still in lead, but Perry is still very, very close to his rear. Again, it might be really, really difficult to overtake here, because straight line speed from the Genesis is better than the Lamborghinis. And in these corners, it is easier to attack on the brakes than attack in the corners. But they already built a pretty big gap here after 1.5 lap to Stjofan. Then Orak, who kept himself out of every trouble, who's already on P4. Regnix as well, P5. Hurricane lost his rear. Goblin guy now passed him. And Polti, who started on P11, is on P8. Was a bit stuck in a turn 1 situation. Omoda P9. So pretty intense fights here we saw so far. A lot of guys with trouble on this track. And Sardegna Bay is a track that is not pretty often in any calendar, so maybe there's just also missing experience. Part of the truth why people are struggling here. Very looking for the gap. Stjofan not that far off the pace. Was pushed a bit wide in this turn 1 situation. Orak on P4. Brilliant sprint opening for him. Also Goblin guy with a pretty solid return. On P5 at the moment. I think Hurricane could be a bit happier. Polti meanwhile on P7. Overtook Regnix. Omoda still on P9. Then Kane and Jamie in the Hondas and Estrada. Yeah, 128. Another saw the mistake on his lap. Sun is coming out. And I'm pretty sure there's anyway no rain option on Sardegna. But it was really cloudy at the beginning. And Luis Telemon setting PB after PB. Currently not getting rid of Perry. US guy waiting for a mistake in the chase. Low 20, he's definitely on pace of the leading pack. Goblin guy meanwhile on P4. Oh, we missed Orak. Orak, what happened to him? Pretty interesting line to this hairpin happened to him. Goblin guy Hurricane took advantage out of it. Next fastest lap here from Lewis Telemon. Immediately countered from Perry, who hit the 190, was 4/10 quicker. This was not the best line. Lewis Telemon much cleaner to the corner. Goblin guy around 5/10 slower than the leaders. Aurak now feeling the pressure from Polti and Omorda, the championship leader. He definitely wants to shorten the gap between him and Hurricane. Also, Jamie is looking to get a better position. Really good exit here. But Regnick's covering the inside line. So no chance for Jamie to pass him. And there's Kane wide again. We saw it in the background. Jamie is gaining in the slipstream, looking for the inside line here. Picture perfect move on the brakes here from Jamie. Also no unnecessary or dangerous defending from Regnick's. Hurricane dropped back. Well, we watched that brilliant move. Hit the gravel trap. Oh, and hit Polti. Yeah, you definitely can't rejoin like that. I know it's frustrating because you lose so much time when you wait for the cars. But this contact between him and Polti is avoidable. What happened here to Perry? There's plenty of time. Hell, what have we missed? What's happening to Perry is definitely tires. You see Lewis definitely on the tire advantage, especially on the front wheel drive car. And we're just 6 minutes in the race, so it will be pretty interesting how long these tires last on Perry's car. Stefan gained 1.6 seconds on him in only one lap. And there we're back. Live feed where Hurricane lost his car in turn 1. So the two championship rivals immediately behind each other. I think both on positions they are not that happy with. And Jamie keeping the pressure high. He's absolutely motivated. Also slightly better on tires than the Audi. It's pretty impressive. And another clean maneuver here from Jamie. really knows where the Honda has the pace. Very unfortunate this turn 1 situation for him. Hurricane has the better top speed on the Audi, but Jamie is covering the inside line. And Jamie, ooh, and this is again a horrible rejoin. Regnick was the victim on this. And Jamie going wide, pulling back on track. Almost did it twice. And this is something where I say ghosting in leagues isn't really good, because we have ghosting, but ghosting is not always working. And some of these guys just pulling back on track, thinking they are ghosted, and they are not. And then it is contact. In both cases, in this case of Hurricane and also in the case here of Jamie, it wasn't a really big one with super big impact. But we see Regnick lost the position, lost plenty of time, picked up damage with it. Now Jamie starts to struggle with the tires. Maybe he pushed a bit too hard. Yeah, just 9 minutes in the race and his rear right tire is almost gone. Estrada found consistency. 20.7 in the last lap. Pretty solid, tires looking well. Lewis Telemon slightly increasing the gap to Perry. And Perry is consistently losing to Stefan, but is it enough to get in striking range for Stefan? Goblin guy on P4, Aurak on a strong P5, chased by Polti. Omoda under pressure from Hurricane. Audi against Porsche. A little push here from Hurricane, but not a big thing. But these guys are fighting for every point. Every point can decide this championship. And Omoda wide over the grass. Same for Hurricane, but Hurricane handle it a bit better and is again immediately on his rear. Maybe now has the momentum on the main straight. And again contact, I think. But at least these guys are managing to stay on track. But they are also bringing Kane back in the game. Tires look slightly better on the Porsche, especially on the rear axle. Jamie now has to do all the progress again. He lost in turn 1 on pretty screwed material. Hurricane now lost the rear of Omoda, struggling with the tires. Kane keeping the pressure high, so Hurricane has to care more about his rear mirrors than the stuff that happened in his front. While Lewis Telemon looking absolutely comfortable, absolute consistent lap times. I have absolutely no clue who have listed this guy in Tier 7 at the beginning of the season. I mean, I've commentated him last season in Tier 4. Absolutely dominating this Tier 5 grid here. And Stefan, meanwhile, is in slipstream range. And there's still 2 more laps to go. Sorry, have I missed something? Big drifty for Perry, cost him a lot of time, Stefan. With a brilliant corner. Easy overtake for him, and Perry. This is the problem with Lamborghini. Tires are almost gone. It will be really, really tough because the Lamborghini is good at its acceleration. But with this tires on the rear, it's pretty difficult to accelerate pretty well out of the corners. Guys so far in its comeback at a pre-uncontested P4. Aurak and Polti still fighting for P5 and 6. Omorda lost Hurricane and also Kane, who's now in trouble with his tires. Regnix on tires much better than his teammate. Estrada collected Jamie. Yeah, Jamie's really struggling with the tires now. So Lewis Telemann entering the final lap. Stefan as well. Also Perry will have... No, Perry won't have another one. Perry already finished. P4 for Goblin Guy. Aurak with a brilliant P5. That's the case. If you keep yourself out of trouble, then even on this track the Viper can do something. Polti on P6, Omorda P7, Kane on P8, Regnix P11. What happened to Hurricane? What happened to Hurricane? He was on P8, lost 2 positions. Lost the car on acceleration here. Saw this guy finishing. So Kane will finish P8, Regnix P9. Hurricane won't be happy with that P10. Estrada P11. Jamie again losing the car. Running wide is absolutely struggling here with the material. And Lewis Telemann will bring home his first Tier 5 victory. And also Stefan, I think he will be pretty happy with this one. Was super unlucky in some of the previous races. In the end, uncontested P1 for Lewis Telemon. Stefan also with a really good result. And so, with this we're going to the feature race. To be honest, but I think this track is also not made for it. It wasn't the best action. So the overtakes were mostly results of driving errors. Only the 2 clean overtakes we saw from Jamie in the mid stage of the sprint were absolutely great. But yeah, this is not an overtake track. But let's see what happens in the feature and if we get a cleaner turn 1. I mean, we're having a rolling start here at ALR in the feature race. Don't want to jinx it, but shouldn't be too difficult. To make it around turn 1 with some gaps. So we have Jamie on pole, Estrada in the fourth on P2, Hurricane, followed by Regnix on 3 and 4, Kane on P5, Omoda on P6. So if he can manage a solid start, but we will have a look at the tires in a moment. He might go for the Hurricane strategy we saw last week at Autopolis, just without a 2-stop. Or from Catalonia, where it actually worked. Just start on softs when you're a bit in the back. Push on softs. Try to escape. But yeah, P6 is pretty much in the midfield. So let's check what tires they're on. Jamie on the medium tires in the front. Estrada on hards, interesting choice here. This is the choice we only saw at the Lambos, and he wasn't too bad at the tires in the sprint. Mediums also for Hurricane. Again, interesting, having P3. Expected him to start on the softs. Regnix on medium, Kane on medium. Also Omoda on medium, Polti. Aurak the first one on the softs. Goblin Guy mediums, Perry mediums, Stefan mediums, and also Lou Salomon mediums. So pretty similar strategies for everyone. Let's go with Polti at the start. Immediately trying to overtake, also Goblin Guy against Aurak. Like expected, pretty clean turn 1 here in the feature race. Lewis Telemon with a poor start. Went a bit wide here. Let's see what happened here. I clipped the grass, lost all his traction. So more down on P6, chasing Kane. And now Estrada, but Estrada had a mistake, lost position against Kane. Is now under pressure from Omoda and Polti. Omoda looking for the inside. Oh, what a pile up here. Estrada is the victim of this. And lost even more positions because he waited to join. For more, here looking for the inside. Not able to hold this line. Let's go for another camera angle. Estrada, very unlucky, and also Orak. I think. Come on. This was I think both Porsches are to blame for that chaos. Omoda for the ambitious overtake. Now losing the position against Potti went right here. That caused the pile up, and Stefan maybe it was even hard to react on it. What I want to point out is the behavior of Estrada in this case, because he wasn't at fault in any second of the situation. Got pushed right into the gravel, waited on the gravel till the rest of the pack is gone, and then rejoined the track. Not trying to cause more chaos, so Jamie is in front, followed by Hurricane. Regnick's on P3, Kane on P4. So pretty good grid positions here for the Hondas, and Weiler saying that Kane is in the gravel again. And Lewis Salamon is already on P5. Now on P4, kept himself out of any trouble. Stefan is following him. His pace was good. Come on, what is it? Now spun. Not sure what happened here. So this move does Telemon against Kane. Looks super clean. Then it's on Stefan again. Mora went wide. We see here lots of position. I think Stefan pushed into Lewis Telemon's car, lost the steering. Yes, there's the contact. His car pulling to the left. Yeah, now he clips the curb. This is just dangerous, this counter steering. Running into Kane. This is what you definitely should not do on track. If you're facing the wrong side of the track. just be stationary, be calculatable. So you can only say this for Sardegna, because on all the other races the Porsche guys always looked absolutely brilliant, clean. But what they're doing here on Sardegna on track, not the best, to be honest. But here we have a brilliant battle. Let's focus on the positive things between Regnix and Hurricane for P2 and 3. Jamie is trying to run away. Lose Telemon on P4. Polti on P5. Orak on P6. Perry P7. Goblin guy P8, Umora P9. Goblin guy almost lost the car here on the grass. Estrada P10. After Kane was sent off by Stefan, and Stefan lost the car. But after 4 laps, everything is pretty sorted. Regnix and Hurricane, who are somewhere close, and then we have Aurak, Perry, and Omota, who's looking for a way back in the front. Big time loss here for Kane and Stefan. With the fast lap. So after 5 minutes of absolute action, now everything is calming a bit. We saw it in the sprint as well. Perry forcing pressure on the Viper here. Having a look at the inside. Brilliant on the brakes. Of course, he has the soft tires. Pretty interesting what Estrada's strategy is. I mean, I think it's obvious that it's hard and then softs. Stefan trying to set pressure here on Kane. The inside line. Kane with the better momentum. Both in the grass. Good overtake here show between Kane and Stefan. is not giving up. This battle is great to watch, but it won't help Kane or Stefan to get back in range of Estrada. These battles are costing a lot of time and a lot of tires. So Jamie's still in front, while Lewis Telemon is passing Regnix here on the main straight. Top speed advantage for Genesis. And that's P3 for him. Polti again, super consistent. P5, brilliant move on the tires. So definitely a guy to watch for later in the race. I think he will be again the easiest with the one stop. Perry is still looking for a way around Orak. Moda P8. Doesn't seem very comfortable with the medium tires. 21.9 his PB. Goblin guy on P9. And meanwhile Kane brought a bigger gap between him and Stefan. So all the fights are gone for now. Telemon against Hurricane. Telemon made it around him, so Hurricane on P3. Losing a bit the contact to the podium. Perry in the background a bit wide here. Again a bit wide, lost a lot of momentum here for the straight. This is pretty much the same. Stefan got a bit closer to Kane, but also picked up half-second penalty. Both again super wide here. And Stefan lost the car on the brakes. After the brilliant sprint race, the feature is a race to forget for him. Telemon at 20.5 on the mediums. I mean, this is a track made for the Genesis, but I have absolutely no clue who have listed this guy in Tier 7 at the beginning of the season. But I also have no clue why the Genesis is in the available car list. But he's doing absolutely well at the moment, getting closer and closer to Jamie, 120.2. Most of these guys aren't even able to do that on softs. Hurricane's PB on the mediums is more than a second slower. Regnix is gaining a bit on Hurricane. Is much better on tires. he's just not using his tires. And Perry is still struggling to find a way around Aurak's Viper on the soft tires. And as we look on the Viper's tires, this problem might stay on track for another 2 laps. But now Perry trying a bit with the crowbar. But Aurak knows how to defend his position. Nothing really changed except Stefan, and Aurak is pitting really early. I think he could have gone another lap. First one in the pits. Telemann meanwhile catch Jamie. Is leading after 15 minutes. It's an absolute dominant on this track. But Jamie, Hurricane and Regnix are all staying in striking range. Again, Jamie looking much better and smoother on the mediums than he is on softs with the Honda. And now Perry seems to be able to unleash the Lambo power after Aurak went to the pits. Shortened the gap to Polti. But Perry already picked up a half-second penalty. Aurak came back on track on P10. Again on the soft tires, so 2 stop for Aurak. As it looks that everyone else is on a 1 stop. Pretty sure this strategy is not the best. Absolutely on fire now, consistently in the 120s. Just the 121.9, I think this is the lap where the overtake happened. I lost a bit. Also Jamie with his PB on lap 12. And the Audi again on the mediums. Pretty rough. Interesting when Hurricane has to pit, I think, to make the softs really work. He has to run 1 or 2 laps on full-blown medium tires. Regnix on the Lambo, looking slightly better. even with the penalty, Perry is there. Perry is chasing Polti. I think we're not very far away from the point where Perry might get recognizable trouble from his tires. He's absolutely pushing the right-hand side rear tire. But also he's long enough out of track. Definitely gonna be one stopper. Polti a bit wide here. Picked up a lot of dirt on his tires. Perry has to go for the outside line. Polti is covering the inside. Intense battle here between those two. Polti is going much wider angles. Perry a bit more aggressive. And even if you can't really compare these two cars on tires, also the line has influence. If you go for a very aggressive line, your tires go quicker down. Risky maneuver here from Perry. Clip the gravel. But Perry is not losing his patience. He was stuck behind Aurak a few laps. Now it seems that he is stuck a bit behind Polti. But Sardegna Bay is on the overtaking track. For Mordor, 1P7 really unspectacular race from him so far. Had his turn one moment. And Perry is increasing the pressure. It's absolutely crazy that he's still able to push on his tires. But Polti is doing his rhythm. He has his line that he knows is best for his tires. Well, that definitely wasn't the line. Grass. Doesn't cost him that much. And Polti is in the pits really early. But manageable for the McLaren. I think in the past he did a few times 1 or 2 laps too much on the medium compound. Now he's pitting a bit earlier. First guy of the followed by Goblin guy, so the second guy on the mediums in the pits. Downside here of the Genesis. Really fuel-sucking diva. So we're gonna see Lewis in the pits quite soon as well. Hurricane and Regnix is a duel again. Hurricane tires are completely screwed now. Regnix has rubber left. Hurricane going for the pits. Also Perry will pit now, followed by Omura. And if these guys are in trouble after 23 minutes on the mediums, they will be in trouble after 15 minutes on the soft as well. Let's see if Polti's undercut worked against Perry. Yes, Perry is now out of the pits. Really good outlap here from Polti. Estrada pitted for hards again. Oh, mediums. There it is, mediums. Kind of a new strat to me, but he's new in his league. But I think in the end he will learn from it. Because, spoiler, whatever the outcome of the race is, this is not a good strategy. So Regnix now in the pits. I think the last one. Who has to pit? Yeah, Aurak will have to pit again. So Jamie is back in the lead. Aurak on P2, followed by Lewis Telemon. Lewis Telemon had spent much more time in the pits by refueling. Lost about 5 seconds. Now the gap between him and Jamie. Now stuck behind Aurak. Has to look for a really quick overtake. Hurricane P4, Polti on P5. Or I guess he's gonna have to pit again. He will stay out 2 more laps. For the mediums for the last 10 minutes. Lewis Telemon looking at the inside line. Early decision first line, interrupted the slipstream really soon. But the Genesis is at the moment a powerhouse on the straights. No chance to defend here for Aurak. And give everything he has. But I think if Lou's keeping his stuff together and staying flawless like he did the entire event so far, it will be a difficult task for Jamie to keep this guy behind. Will be interesting how much Aurak will drop after a second pit stop. And there he is. could have fueled for a lap more. Tires were still okay. Omorda now back on P7. Lamborghinis of Perry and Regnick's P5 and 6. Goblin Guy P8. Will be pretty interesting racing between Estrada and Aurak. But Aurak stays ahead of him. Drop down to P9. Stewart on P11, Kane on P12. So Stefan might get back in range of Estrada and Aurak at least. I think top 8 isn't possible anymore. But it's interesting. This is the first race where Omorda seems to be not super comfortable. Stefan showed in the sprint that the Porsche is quick, but Omorda isn't able to bring this performance on track. Like I said, pretty unusual track for league racing here, and if you're not that familiar with Sardegna B, you're missing that half second that is needed to win a race here. But again, for him, the mission in races like that is survive. Lose the lowest possible amount of points on Hurricane, on his immediately championship rival, and increase the gap on tracks you're a bit quicker on. What have I missed? Oh, Jamie must have had a bigger mistake. Then Lewis Telemon is immediately behind him. Yeah. A bit wide here. Brilliant execution of this overtaking from Lewis. So Jamie on P2. P3 for Hurricane, followed by Polti. Power slide here from Polti. 9 minutes to go. And Hurricane need to bring this P3 home. Lost a few points on Omorda in the sprint, so this is the perfect opportunity to gain some points. Stefan is now at Estrada's rear. And Purple sector time. Easy overtake here. Wait, have I missed something? Is Aurak on soft for the third time? Put that on my notes. Can't remember that he was on the mediums. Motor now increasing the pressure here on Regnix. I think what Perry is pushing a bit too much here on the tires. Regnix is a bit too conservative. You see the difference on the Lamborghini. And Polti is keeping the pressure high on Hurricane. He wants that podium. The feature race is Polti race. If we can say that so far, the top two are pretty much sorted. Lewis Telemon absolutely dominating the grid here. Next week Monza, a track that might fit the Genesis even more with all the top speed sections. Stupid to say he's too quick for this tier, because I think Sardegna B is a practice track. As more practice you can get and do as more time as you have, the more improvement you can get. Lost a bit of contact here to Hurricane. 5 minutes to go. Perry P5 again braking on the gravel. And Regnix staying under pressure from Omora. Looks like he's a bit struggling to really get into a push mode, because for Lamborghini these tires look absolutely amazing. I think they would still be good 2 laps after the race ended. But Omora currently have the same struggle that Perry had before. It is nearly impossible to overtake here. You have to wait for a mistake on your opponent. So not that much action here in the lower midfield. So the most interesting battle we have on track here is Hurricane and Polti for the podium. And I wanted to say we have another one, but this one is already done. Omora made the move. was just a bit distracted, went a bit wide. There was no visible contact. Also, Morta's line looked pretty well. So Polti and Hurricane is the only left duel at the moment. And Polti is showing his big McLaren in the rear mirrors of the Audi R8. But also Hurricane, he realized on the leaderboard that Omora gained a position. If he now loses the position against Polti, it's again point loss against Omora, so he will do absolutely everything to keep this third place. Also Perry looks as he's in striking range. And Hurricane, what happened here to him? It looked like his usual corner. Absolutely missed the apex, went wide in the gravel, and he lost 2 positions, and Omora is behind him now. So worst case scenario for Hurricane here. Perry in the background, wide on the grass. Final lap here for Jamie, Polti and the rest. I think Lewis Telemon has to do another one. Oh, he's waiting or slowing down on this lap. But doesn't have the impression. Purple sector here for him. On his way to lap Jamie's teammate. Kane's race was ruined quite early. Leaving the door open here for Lewis. Congratulations, his second double victory this season. His first one in Tier 5. Lewis Telemon, the Swede. Oh, he has to do another lap, but Jamie will now finish. Time is up. P2 for Jamie, P3 for Polti, Perry in the Lamborghini, P4 Hurricane, P5 Omora on P6. So a bit of gain on Hurricane's side. Regnick's on P7 in the Lamborghini. Goblin Guy on P8. Alright, only 2-stopper. But we have a closer look at him in the end. What tires he used. I'm pretty sure a soft wouldn't be legal. Estrada, top 10 result for him. Stefan ran out of fuel. Absolutely one feature race for him. First the incidents, and then he's running out of fuel, finishing P12. That's how brutal sim racing also can be. So Kane P11, Lewis Telemon P1. Let's have a look at Aurak. Start on softs. not the first pit stop. I think he dropped around. That was the first pit stop. And this must be a set of mediums, otherwise it won't be legal. No, this is also a set of softs. I'm pretty sure there's no bad intention. Maybe just forget on what tires he started. Yeah. This is again a set of soft tires, so triple soft for Orak here. And again, part-time grid racing. Hopefully we get a bit more action at Monza and a bit cleaner races. I'm pretty sure we get. So we see each other next week, Tuesday, same time, in Italy, Monza. Hopefully with a full grid. So thank you and have a good night.